Buying an uncompleted house in Ghana is going to be the fastest route for people who want to own their own houses in Ghana, especially because in Ghana the minimum wage is very low. Most middle income people don't earn so much to be able to buy a completed house. And the fact that completed houses are sold in dollars while some completed buildings are sold in cities are some of the reasons why people would want to buy an uncompleted house instead of buying a completed house. In this video, we are going to look at all the reasons why you should buy an uncompleted building like I did and then complete it to your taste rather than going for a completed house in Ghana. Coming up next. Now, the very first point is that uncompleted buildings are quoted in cedis, whilst completed buildings in Ghana are quoted in dollars. Now, the average salary worker in Ghana earns in cedis, not dollars. And so, when you look at the cost of these properties, whether they are apartments or detached houses or semi detached houses, being quoted in dollars, and you look at your salary, most of them, for example, where you have mortgage facilities, if you go to the mortgage websites, they tell you to input your salary, right? So if you input 3,000 Ghana cedis, it tells you how much loan you are able to access or how much mortgage you are entitled to. And when you look at the amounts, because most average people in Ghana and people with a first degree earn between, let's say, 2,000 Ghana cedis to 5,000 Ghana cedis. People with a first degree. Some people with even masters. Some earn way less. So if you input 3,000 cedis or even 5,000 cedis into the mortgage calculator, see what you are getting. This is what you are getting. And when you compare it to the prices of most of these properties in Accra that are being sold, right? The minimum price you are going to get is like $100,000. So you can see that your salary is nowhere close to be able to afford the fully built house in Ghana. However, for an incomplete or an uncompleted building, one, most people quote it in cedis. And secondly, you also get to see what has been done, like at what stage the building has reached. So you can tell if the plumbing was done, you can tell if the wiring was done, you can tell if the plastering has been done, if the block work has been done, is there a roof, is there a ceiling, has tiling been done. You can actually see what stage of the building project the project has reached, right? So you can tell, okay, foundation has been done, there's no wall, there's no gate, there are window slots, are there windows, what type of windows, are the doors fitted, was tiling done, was plumbing done, was the wiring done. If all these are not done, you can easily get a quantity surveyor to tell you, okay, for a 2-bedroom house, right, with a toilet and a bathroom, a small hall and a kitchen, and some land around it, this is how much has gone into it. And then you can quantify it at today's value, right? So if it's a 2-bedroom house and it's just the structure and there's no roof, you can quantify the amount of blocks, materials, etc., which went into it. And it helps you to negotiate better and to get good value for the property that you want to buy. So that's why most people would want to buy an uncompleted building. Now, the second reason why most people would prefer an uncompleted building to a completed building is the fact that they are cheaper to buy. Not cheaper because they are quoted in cedis, but most people who are selling their uncompleted buildings are selling it out of like panic, right? Usually it's somebody who has run out of cash or traveling out of the country or has completed another house. Like most of the time they need money and they need money quickly, and so they are willing to give you good discounts so that they can sell off the property quickly, right? For example, I know a family that had their Canadian immigration visas, right? So the whole family was leaving and they were working on their project and they are not coming back, so they needed to quickly sell off the property before they leave. And so they were selling it at a very good discount price. It's similar to what happens for people who are selling cars. When they are selling the cars and they need to leave the country, usually they sell it at very affordable prices. Now, people may also, building is very capital intensive, and once your money goes into the building project, it never comes back, right? So some people might have started at a point they didn't have any money to continue, and so they feel it's better to sell it and use the money for something else, right? So such people would be willing to sell it at a good price. So for example, the building I bought, it was because the guy who was building it ran out of cash and he had other property. So, I mean, he needed cash to complete the property. Some people need cash to clear their goods from the port and stuff like that. So they'll sell off their uncompleted building. So that is also a very good reason why people buy uncompleted buildings instead of the completed ones. And now the third reason why most people prefer to buy uncompleted buildings is once you complete it, you can sell it at a higher price, right? So for example, the property I bought at 200,000 Ghana cedis, I have, enhanced it, like I've finished it, and the value of the completed project is way higher than what I bought it for, right? So assuming I bought it for 200,000, I used, let's say, another 100,000 to do the finishing works and everything. That takes me to 300,000, right? So for like a 4-bedroom house in Ghana, fully detached, right, you are not going to get it for 300,000. You are probably going to get it for 800,000, 600,000, etc. So I can sell it for almost double the amount of money that I invested in it. So if you are somebody who wants to purchase a house, not just to live in it yourself, but you want to do it as a business, then buying uncompleted buildings is also a really good way to go. At this point, if you're enjoying this video and you haven't yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, press like, leave a comment. Have you purchased an uncompleted building? Are you selling an uncompleted building? Whatever your thoughts, leave a comment below. Now let's move to the next point. Now for uncompleted buildings, you can actually remodel it to fit your needs, right? Because you're the person who is going to renovate and complete it. So you can choose the type of tiles that are going to be used. You can choose the type of windows. You can choose the type of doors. You can choose, the type of materials that you are going to use to complete your building. And so you are going to have something which is going to meet your purpose to a large extent, as opposed to buying a fully completed building with the tiles already in place, the windows and the doors in place, which may not necessarily be up to your taste. You understand? So that's another reason why many people would want to go for uncompleted buildings, so that they can finish it the way they want it. Now, another reason why people would want to purchase an uncompleted building is quality control. Like, they have control over the quality of materials which go into it. They have control over the type of iron rods, the type of cement, the type of blocks, the type of tiles. Like I said, you can also decide to get your own contractors, like your own masons and carpenters, etc., who would work on the project, because then you know the people, you know the quality of work, you can trust the work, the output that they are going to give you. So that's another reason why many people prefer to buy an uncompleted building, because they have a certain degree of control, and the final work which comes, they can tell that this is my vision and this is what I've been able to accomplish. Now for me, the next point, which is very important, is the fact that you get to avoid land disputes, right? Because for somebody to have built a house to a certain level and you went to the property and you didn't see contempt of court, etc., right, remove immediately or stop work, all those funny things, and the person has completed the building, it's not like 100% guarantee that you won't get land issues, but the likelihood that you will experience land issues, as opposed to like buying a piece of land and then developing it, is very low, right? The chances that you will experience land issues for an uncompleted building is very low. So that's, to most people, is why they would want to purchase an uncompleted building rather than buy a land from scratch in Accra, Ghana, and then develop it. I have experienced both. I've bought a land in Accra, started developing, had issues. And then I bought an uncompleted building. I did renovations, development works. I haven't had a single person come and give me issues. So I know this is going to be a good reason why lots and lots of people would want to go through the uncompleted building route. And finally, you also get the house of your dreams, because however the final product looks, with so much control over the construction process, you should not be getting anything short of your dream home. You get to pick your finishings, your fixtures, the colors, the style of the doors and the decor and everything else. So your home will be your tastes and standards and not somebody else's tastes and standards, right? So you come to a home and you are happy with the home and that you have come to. In the next video, we are going to look at why you should not buy an uncompleted building, why it will be better for you to probably buy land or to buy a completed building. So make sure to subscribe, turn on all notifications if you haven't yet. And then in the third video in this series, we are going to look at how to buy an uncompleted building. What are the things you need to look out for if you do decide finally to buy an uncompleted building, the mistakes to avoid and all that. Thanks be brave for watching.